Shuli, the NDRC meeting yesterday offered pretty much nothing substantial. Is that a sign that policymakers may be stepping back from stimulus after this rally?
I wouldn't necessarily read that, but the NDRC's officials did sound too relaxed. Maybe they just had a vacation and they're coming back very relaxed. And that's a really bad sign because, like what David just said, like all the money that has been budgeted for fiscal spending at the beginning of the year has not been spent. And it's NDRC's job to make sure that the projects get approved, that they get implemented. And traders just feel that NDRC was being too relaxed. I mean, no one expecting them to announce, 10 trillion yuan fiscal stimulus. It's not their job. It's the State Council's job or Ministry of Finance job. But the tone of from the officials, they were just talking about empty slogans, saying that China's economy was stable and making progress. The tone was just not good.
Well, it's a developing story still, right? And at this point, arguably, the fact that we're talking and have dedicated such an enormous amount of airtime talking about this means that they might have really turned the page here on the story. Your column that's out just very recently is that President Xi Jinping can't get cold feet right now. Like, at this point in time, officials really need to deliver. Just take us through the thinking here of your opinion column.
I mean, you can cry wolf only those few times, right? Like the Chinese people already have a lot of skepticism in terms of whether this government still got it. We had that cats bounce quite a few times. And this time, before the Golden Week holiday, they came out with big guns. Like the Politburo meeting was a surprise. They talked about fiscal spending, right? And then the PBOC was doing a swaps facility to prop up the stock market, and they were talking about recapitalization of big banks. These are all very, very unusual measures that we have seen perhaps the last time in 2008. So naturally, people are saying, okay, let's compare 2024 to 2008. 2008 had 4 trillion, and 2028 should have at least 10 trillion yuan. So that's a very natural comparison, and people are already buying into it, and they just have to follow through. Otherwise, the government's credibility is just gone.